this is the answer to the interview question, tell me about yourself. And the context of this situation is that I am applying for a local law firm in Denver, Colorado, to a position that will eventually lead to a partnership or a high executive position. So, tell me about yourself. Well, I was born in the southern swampy town of Carencro, Louisiana, and I was born a very, very small person. I think that's important to notice because I never considered myself a small, so I grew up and thought that I was just as big as everybody else. I talked like it, I acted like it, I walked like it. But growing up in a small town about 50 years behind the rest of the country, a lot of people didn't like that I thought myself to be big and loud and able to have an opinion and have a voice. They would tell me that girls are supposed to be small and that I should shrink myself down and become more quiet and become more docile. And, that never really agreed with me. And I grew into a person that never backed down from an argument, always had to have the last word, was always kind of sticking my nose and sticking up for other people and protecting against bullying or even spiders being unnecessarily killed at school. I always did feel like I was a bit smothered there, so as soon as I legally could, I started traveling around the world, and to my surprise, I found that Louisiana is not the only place where people, especially young girls, are told that they need to be quiet and small and weak. It felt like that phenomenon was happening everywhere, and it caused me a lot of distress personally. I knew what that felt like, and so when I would see these girls and these people try to make themselves smaller, it would break my heart. It broke my heart and it made my blood boil, and it was after seeing that I decided that I wanted to dedicate my life and my career to being the voice for people that either didn't know how to speak loudly or who were just tired of being small and quiet. I knew that's what I wanted, but figuring out how to step into that role was very difficult. I wanted to live my own life, especially as a young college graduate, but in order to rise to the station that would really allow me to fulfill my dream of being that voice for other people, I knew I was going to need to work and work hard. And it was this inner battle that went on for a few years. Do I want to live life for myself or do I want to live life for other people? And trying to find the balance between those two things led me to this string of various careers. I would talk to everyone, I would listen to podcasts, I would do anything that felt like it might help me get some direction. I was trying to gauge what was most important to me, what would make me happy for a week versus what would make me happy for a decade, and what would fulfill what I wanted to achieve in my career. And like I said, that led me to a string of these various career trials. I worked as a salesperson, a nonprofit marketer, a contractor, a nanny, a regulars bartender. I tried all of these different things and nothing really did it for me. Nothing felt like it reached the magnitude of the difference I was trying to make. And I think somewhere along the line, I discovered that I just needed to think bigger. I needed to be okay with sacrifices and hard work and the struggle that would eventually get me to a place where, I could have the power and the education to effectively stick up for people who were demanded to be small. And that's how I got started on my path into law school and into the legal career. And I know I'm still in the beginning steps of this journey, but I am determined to see an outcome that includes working at a firm just like this one, equipped with the correct resources and know how to make differences in individual lives and, know how to fight companies or laws or organizations or entities that are seeking to make people quiet and complacent and small.